All right, Stephen, what'd the governor do?
Oh boy. Well, by my count, like I said, he did meet the deadline. I'm told by staff at the Senate Clerk's office that the last of the messages arrived upstairs at 11:40 p.m. last night, about 19, 20 minutes to spare. And we're looking at, by my count, I think we're looking at 118 bills that were signed. By the midnight deadline out of 306 bills that were passed by the legislature. So that leaves about 12 bills that got vetoed for various reasons. Some technical, some conflicts with state code or state constitution. And some for fiscal issues. We can go into that here in a moment on some of the more specific vetoes. And then, by my count, there are 9 bills that went into law without the governor's signature, which can happen. That seems like an awful lot to me. I don't know which ones those are yet. I think the staff of the various clerk's offices are working to get the media a specific list of what those are. But that's where we're at right now. So keep in mind, I think TJ, you brought this up the other day. There are some bills that didn't get to the governor's desk from the legislature for various reasons. A lot of times they're double checking language and things like that, but didn't get there until the beginning of this week. So some of those bills, they didn't have time, didn't have as much time to review them. Other bills, they had quite a bit of time. But that's where we stand right now.
In terms of what he vetoed, Stephen, just with your reckoning, and let me say, I understand it's early, so feel free to take a pass here. But you talked about technical errors, et cetera. Any that were just outright policy disagreements that the governor would seem to be opposed to?
Yeah, well, I think one of the main ones, and I think this was pointed out earlier, there were some bills that were appeared to be vetoed along those lines, especially dealing with child welfare and foster care. One of those bills was House Bill 4730. That one, and our good friend Amelia wrote a lot about. It was meant to align some of West Virginia's laws with Trump, President Trump's executive orders dealing with trying to help children who are transitioning out of foster care and into adulthood. That's a rough transition for a normal teenager, let alone a teenager that's going through foster care. So kind of looking through that. I think the governor had a little bit of an issue with the expenses that he kind of foresaw, particularly in the out years with this bill. Quote, the problem is that the bill requires the Department of Human Services to expand services already being offered through its independent living and transition living programs, and this expansion will cost at least 5 million in the first year, unquote. And that's among some of the reasons that he vetoed that one. I'm still looking at the other ones to determine why, but it is interesting to me that I'd say probably as much as like a quarter of the bills that were vetoed dealt specifically with child welfare and foster care. So there may be other reasons. We don't specifically know if there's a policy disagreement between the legislature and the governor on that, but yes.